Continuing from where the first season ends, Ryouma adapts to life in the city of Gimul after parting ways with the Jamil family. Immersed in his thriving laundry business, he ensures that all his employees are content, and customers remain satisfied with the services provided. Ryouma, engrossed in his work, faces a gentle scolding from Callum for overworking. Callum suggests expanding by opening a second shop, a thought that lingers in Ryouma's mind. However, a sudden disturbance interrupts their conversation. Li Ling, Ryouma's dependable assistant, tied up two unruly customers attempting to cause trouble at the laundry shop. Thanks to Li Ling's quick thinking, the troublemakers are arrested, prompting Ryouma to reevaluate the security of his establishment. Ryouma creates a sturdy polymer using the sticky slimes to reinforce windows, ensuring the safety of his business. But the surprises don't end there. In the occasion, Ryouma discovers that one of his poison slimes has evolved into a medicinal slime. This newfound friend can create antidotes and antibiotics. After the slime drank some antidote he dropped by accident, Ryouma's journey into the magical potential of his slimes continues to unfold. Ryouma visits the church to pray and is transported to the god's realm. Ryouma encounters Tekun, the god of wine and craftsmanship. Tekun commends Ryouma for his innovative creations, recognizing the potential within him. Ryouma meets Serge to order a huge sum of bottles for the new medicines he created. However, Serge advises Ryouma to visit the Merchant Guild, an idea that leads to unexpected opportunities. The Merchant Guild not only agrees to buy all of Ryouma's production, but also encourages him to open a new shop. Despite doubts and hesitations, Ryouma receives a heartfelt letter from Eliaria, pushing him to embrace the chance for growth. Sometime later, once again, a thug accuses Ryouma's shop of ruining his treasured shirt. Unfazed by the false claims, Ryouma defends his honor, showcasing his skills and defeating the thug in a decisive confrontation. Concerned about these incidents, Ryouma turns to Callum, urging him to investigate the root cause of these attacks. Callum's inquiry unveils a shocking truth. The assaults are linked to a brewing dispute within the Taming Guild. A faction seeks to discredit the guildmaster, influenced by conflicting views on slime taming, a practice that Ryouma has significantly impacted. To counteract the rumors, Ryouma takes a bold step, publicly revealing his ability to tame lemur birds. Little does he know that this revelation becomes a catalyst for more trouble. Under the cover of the night, a group of criminals targets Ryouma in an attempt to steal the prized lemur birds. Ryouma, ever resilient, triumphs over the assailants but senses a deeper conspiracy at play. In a strategic move, Ryouma convenes with the guild masters and other influential figures. They propose a solution. Ryouma should defend his shop and hire a bodyguard for added protection. To deter further attacks, Ryouma decides to charge steep fees for using his slimes to heal the criminals injured during his self-defense. Taking the safety of his employees seriously, Ryouma initiates self-defense training, involving his workers and a newly hired guard, Mr. Dorchi. The city becomes a training ground as Ryouma prepares his team to stand firm against any threat. With his shop's security reinforced, Ryouma embarks on a journey to another city, seeking a suitable location for his second shop. Ryouma arrives in the bustling city of Lenaf. He finds himself in a smaller yet vibrant hub of activities compared to Gimel. He meets the merchant Pioro Sayonji, who had made most of the necessary arrangements for Ryouma to open his shop at the guildmaster's request, and his daughter Miyabi. After finalizing the paperwork, Ryouma decides to stay with Pioro and Miyabi for the time being. Over dinner, he shares his plans of working as an adventurer until everything is set up for his shop. However, Ryouma quickly discovers that there are limited job opportunities for E-rank adventurers like himself, due to the menacing presence of smash boars in the vicinity. Recalling the god's recommendation to hunt down such creatures for combat experience, Ryouma realizes that facing the smash boars head-on could be the key to advancing his skills. While gathering herbs to fulfill a request, Ryouma receives another letter from Eliaria. However, his reading is abruptly interrupted when he notices a pair of adventurers running in fear from a rampaging smash boar. After a fierce battle with the smash boar, Ryouma emerges victorious, rescuing the frightened adventurers and tending to their seriously injured companion. To repay the favor, Ryouma convinces the adventurers to help him carry the boar's body to town, and explain to the guild he was forced to violate the rules of fighting such a powerful monster without authorization in self-defense. Ryouma explains the situation to the guild, With the support of the adventurers, Ryouma sells the boar's meat to Pyoro and receives the rewards for the kill. With the preparations for the inauguration of the second shop complete, Clara and others, along with newly hired staff, arrive to work. After thorough training, the day arrives for the grand opening. The opening becomes a success, and Ryouma expresses his gratitude to everyone who contributed to the smooth running of the shop. As the shop starts operating seamlessly, Ryouma decides it's time to return to Jamil, the city where his journey began. Before departing, Ryouma remembers Miyabi will soon join the Imperial Academy like Eliaria and suggests Miyabi to try to become friends with her. Back in Jamil, Ryouma meets with Serge, who introduces him to intriguing magic tools. These magical inventions capture Ryouma's interest, sparking a new curiosity within him. Back at the shop, Ryouma is greeted with surprising news from Callum, his assistant. One of the cleaning slimes has started eating charcoal, a sign that it is about to evolve into another type of slime. Recognizing the potential for something extraordinary, Ryouma decides to focus on this unexpected development. Ryouma entrusts Callum with the responsibility of overseeing the shop while he dedicates himself to increasing his adventurer rank. His goal is to return to his home, the Great Forest of Schluss. Callum, initially surprised, agrees to take charge. With his shops well managed, Ryouma visits the guild to take on a quest to increase his rank. He accepts a delivery job in the city of Caliban, which is preparing to open a fair of magical artifacts, as mentioned to him earlier. In Caliban, while completing the delivery, Ryouma unexpectedly encounters Serge once again. After completing the delivery, they decide to stay at the same inn. In Serge's absence, Ryouma utilizes his free time to create something extraordinary. At dinner, he reveals a prototype magic tool to Serge, which serves as the foundation for a unique creation, a magical music box. Serge, astounded by the innovation, informs Ryouma that such an item is not available in the market. Convinced that nobles would be interested, they begin making plans to mass-produce the magical music box. However, with Ryouma occupied by his shop responsibilities, Serge suggests seeking the expertise of a magic artisan named Dinome. The Magic Tool Festival kicks off in Caliban, and Ryouma, accompanied by Serge, returns to the skilled magic artisan Dinome. After negotiations, they successfully close the deal for the mass production of the magical music boxes. Back in Jamil, Ryouma witnesses the evolution of the slime that consumed charcoal into a deodorizing slime. Recognizing the potential of its fluid, Ryouma creates deodorizer pouches and distributes them to friends and employees to test their effectiveness. While going about his daily tasks, Ryouma encounters children from the slums and lends a helping hand in fixing their carriage. The children, grateful for his assistance, request Ryouma's help in cleaning the local church. During this task, Ryouma experiences an unexpected journey to the god's realm, meeting Fernobelia. Fernobelia, a god, questions Ryouma to evaluate his behavior, expressing concern about the misuse of powers by some reincarnated individuals. Satisfied with Ryouma's answers, Fernobelia sends him back to the mortal realm. Upon returning, Ryouma continues his charitable efforts by training the children alongside Worgen. After a successful cleanup and training exercise, Worgen extends an invitation for Ryouma to become a combat instructor at the guild. Considering the proposal, Ryouma, despite being busy, contemplates the opportunity to contribute to the well-being of the villagers and repay their kindness. Ryouma receives news from Eliaria that she is set to move to the imperial capital to commence her studies. She also informs him about an upcoming festival in Jamil. He becomes determined to give her a meaningful gift. After contemplating various options, he decides to craft handmade soap as a thoughtful present. Back at the shop, while gathering information about the upcoming festival in Jamil from Dorche, Ryouma receives alarming news. The cleaning slimes in his Lenaf shop have multiplied uncontrollably. Swiftly, Ryouma rushes to Lenaf to deal with the situation. After resolving the issue, he decides to spend the night with his employees, fostering a stronger bond with them. The next day, Ryouma encounters Pyoro, who introduces him to shapaya, a traditional food known for its pungent smell. Using his deodorizing slime, Ryouma helps eliminate the odor, earning a barrel of shapaya in return. Additionally, he learns that Miyabi has departed for the capital to pursue her studies. Returning to Jamil, Ryouma discovers that some of his staff have received spices from their hometowns as gifts. Later, in a meeting with Serge, he learns that the production of the music box is progressing well, and they plan to launch it during the upcoming festival, celebrating the city's foundation. Inspired by the spices received as gifts, Ryouma creates a new dish using shapaya. Excited about the idea, they decided to set up their own stall at the festival. With the festival approaching, Ryouma, along with his staff, tests recipes for their stall. After this process, Serge introduces Ryouma to Prenance, the leader of the Semroid troupe of entertainers. Grateful for the hospitality, Prenance mentions the challenging journey to Gimul due to the appearance of monsters known as tunnel ants. Eager to address the issue, Ryouma visits the guild the next day and accepts a quest to locate the tunnel ants' nests. While on his quest, Ryouma encounters the children from the slums once again, who are on a mission to kill the ants for their carapaces, intending to use them for protective gear. Upon discovering the ant nests, Ryouma decides to lend a helping hand to the children, aiding them in defeating the tunnel ants. After successfully completing the quest, Ryouma extends an invitation to the children to work at his stall during the upcoming festival. Meanwhile, Eliaria departs from the Jamil estate, making her way to the capital to commence her studies at the Imperial Academy, along with Ryouma's gift. As preparations for the festival proceed smoothly, Worgen expresses gratitude to Ryouma for completing the tunnel ant quest and extends an invitation to participate in a special quest. This quest involves hunting down a substantial quantity of trance, creatures on Ryouma's list of targets. During the mission, Ryouma and his fellow adventurers encounter and defeat numerous trance. However, the party soon realizes that the trance numbers far exceed their initial expectations. In a brief respite, Ryouma spots a fluffy slime and successfully tames it. As they resume their assault on the trance, the party makes a startling discovery: a formidable ancient treant among them. This ancient treant possesses the ability to transform the surrounding forest trees into more treants. With the combined efforts of Ryouma, his companions, and his slimes, they manage to defeat the ancient treant. During the aftermath, the party uncovers the reason behind the treant's unexpected strength. The ancient treant was in possession of a large quantity of mana crystals. This revelation explains why it became significantly more powerful than usual. Having accomplished their quest, Ryouma's focus shifts to the upcoming festival. His heart is filled with anticipation as he looks forward to the festivities, with the challenges of the forest behind him. As a month passes since Eliaria began her studies at the Imperial Academy, she struggles with her social status, finding it challenging to connect with her peers. However, everything changes when she encounters Michelle Wildan, a count's daughter passionate about magic circles, and Miyabi, who approaches her at Ryouma's suggestion. The trio forms a strong bond and decides to create a team for field activities. Realizing they need more members, Michelle invites Riella Clifford, a baron's daughter aspiring to become a knight, and Miyabi suggests Kanan Shuzer, a craftsman's daughter, to join their group. During a field activity, Eliaria's team utilizes their individual talents to assist other students facing challenges and resolve conflicts among them. The synergy of their diverse skills and backgrounds becomes evident as they work seamlessly together. After the activity, Eliaria feels a renewed sense of hope and happiness. Grateful for her new friends, she sends a letter to Ryouma, expressing her gratitude and sharing her optimism about the future. Back from the forest, as the festival preparations near completion, Ryouma's staff finds it challenging to decide on the drink to serve at their stall. In response, Ryouma takes the initiative and prepares grain tea for them, adding the final touches to their festival preparations. Upon his employees' suggestion, Ryouma decides to take a day off. During his break, he plays with his slimes and notices Pyoro arriving at the city. Welcoming Pyoro, Ryouma learns that he has come to deliver urgent supplies to Asagi. Asagi shares that he has decided to set up his own stall at the festival at Mia's request, as she wants other citizens to taste the tempura he makes. However, after letting Pyoro and Ryouma taste his dish, Asagi becomes concerned that it might not be suitable for the festival. Ryouma suggests the idea of making tenmusu instead, providing Asagi with a new concept for his stall. Meanwhile, in the God's realm, Tekun, Kufo, and Fernobelia express satisfaction with how Ryouma has adapted to life in their world, positively influencing those around him. The much-anticipated city's founding festival finally begins, and Ryouma's designed music boxes become a resounding success. The bamboo forest stall operates smoothly, reaching a point where the staff becomes short-handed due to high demand. When Worgen arrives at his stall, Ryouma asks him to bring the slum children to the festival. In a moment of foresight, Carla and employees from the Lenaf shop arrive to offer assistance, alleviating the staff shortage. They encourage Ryouma to take a break and immerse himself in the joyous festivities. As Ryouma enjoys the festival, he encounters a lost child. While assisting the child in reuniting with his mother, Ryouma reflects on how he has seamlessly adjusted to life in Gimul. As night falls, signaling the end of the festival, the closing party commences. Ryouma, joining in the celebration, performs with the Semroid troupe, adding to the festive atmosphere. In the end, to commemorate this spatial occasion, Ryouma has 2 unique music boxes prepared. He keeps one for himself and sends the other to Eliaria, who eagerly anticipates the day they can be together again.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this. If you have any suggestions or questions, feel free to leave a comment below. Until next time, take care.